What up, y'all? It's KP the Sports Chick. I'm annoyed because Josh Norman likes to antagonize people, right? So, week after week, we see Josh Norman talking. A lot of the time, what he says is hot air. He just talks out the side of his neck, talks about all the people he can't wait to take down. I mean, like, the first 2 weeks of the season, he wasn't even on top receivers, like, whatever. Okay, so as of this recording, he was fined $10,000 for his celebration on Sunday that cost him 15 yards in the game. But again, it's going to cost him $10,000 for the penalty because he pulled this bow and arrow stance after he got an interception in the fourth quarter when they won against the Browns. The Redskins won against the Browns on Sunday, and he gets an interception, and that was his way of celebrating. He's appealing the fine, but what is annoying me is that obviously he's been fined before. The first time he was fined was for around $46,000 for two separate incidents during that infamous game why we all talk about Josh Norman now, which is those altercations against Odell Beckham Jr. And then he just got fined last week. What was it for? Something else. So he got fined 2 weeks in a row for some other celebration. But what irritates me is that he said after the game that he was warned about it by the previous game that he was warned. He said he wanted to do it, but he was warned not to do it. But he felt like since it was at another game with a different officiating crew, he thought he would get a warning before a flag. That irks me because you knew that it's something that is frowned upon, but you still went and tried it anyway because you want to instigate. You want to instigate, and that's what drives me crazy about Josh Norman. Again, if you've watched any of my recordings about Josh Norman, you will know that what drives me crazy about him is that he is proud of the fact that he is known for his behavior rather than his talent. Odell Beckham has said this week that the whole altercation that he had with Josh Norman last year has tarnished his reputation. He's not proud of that. Josh Norman, on the other hand, embraces it. And, I don't blame him in a way just because that's how he's getting that fat new contract in Washington. It also is bittersweet because Carolina didn't want to deal with his mouth anymore. So they got rid of him. But it's irritating to me that you aren't even that good of a corner to begin with. And you talk way too much trash about stuff you don't even, you can't talk trash if you are not as a top dude holding the number one option. You know what I'm saying? First 2 weeks of the season, you were not it. It was the other guy. And the other guy is hurt. So, now the Redskins have no choice. But don't talk about it and you're not really about it. At the beginning of the season, ESPN was all over SportsCenter, all over NFL Insider, all that, saying Josh Norman was the future of cornerbacks in the NFL and he's the one to watch this year and he's up and coming. I'm like, what? Show me a highlight reel that's longer than 10 seconds of his best interceptions and hits. I want to see that because he is mediocre at best, and he doesn't have anything to show for himself that is more eye-catching, more so than what he has to say, and he knows it. That's why he continues to talk. If he had half the talent that the best corners in the league have, he would not talk like this. He wouldn't talk all the time. He let on the field. Like JJ, he doesn't really even talk about how he plays. He just says he works hard. JJ Watt will talk trash on the field, but he's not getting penalized for it because he's not doing things to antagonize other people. He's just telling the truth, Sorry, you guys got to get somebody better to protect Drew Brees because I'm killing this guy and I don't want to hurt him, but you guys are making it so easy for me. It's like that kind of trash talking as opposed to Josh Beckham who wants to play and fight dirty and say, you can look it up on NFL films yourself and see all the trash talking he does. That's disrespectful at best. So, I think that Josh Norman deserves this fine. He's appealing it, but it's like, bro, you knew that you shouldn't be doing it, but you're appealing. Oh gosh, just stop. So let me hear from you. Do you think I'm being ridiculous in saying that he deserves that fine and that he should not appeal it? I mean, obviously, you want that money, but like, you knew it was going to cost you $10,000 when you decided that you wanted to do something that you knew was probably not a good idea and that you probably would be fined for it. Like, and you still tried it. Am I wrong for that? Am I wrong for thinking that you should lose your appeal and you should pay the 10 grand? Like, and put like extra bonus 2 grand on there for like knowing about it and still doing it? Like, let me know. Am I crazy or not? Hit me up. Let me know. You can leave comments on my YouTube page at KP the Sports Chick, or you can go to kpthesportschick.com. It's my social media hub where you can find everything KP the Sports Chick related, including all my social media links. So check me out.